Happy New Year. And I don't know how it began. Most people just cross over. That's why you talk about crossover without any mission and without any purpose and clear vision for the year. And in this episode, I would like to look at how you can actually take hold of this year and let it make a mark in your life. Let it have a meaning. Have a reason for being alive in this year. Have a reason and a purpose. Because most people don't. Most people are sleepwalking through life. And so today we are talking about very interesting topic. Why you're not achieving your goals. Why are you not achieving your goals? And if you're online right now, just share with me the goals. Which one did you crush last year? Which one of your dream goals did you crush last year? Kindly share. Which one did you crush? Which one did you make through? Which one did you break through? Is it in your health? Is it in your spirituality? Is it in your maybe personal development, finances? Which goal did you crush last year? Now, many of us, year after year, we have the psyche to begin the year by setting goals. And also, at the end of the year, we have the very same pattern of regrets and repeating the same patterns of never achieving our goals. Studies show that human beings have the same mind, the same things, you thought yesterday. And unless you're strategic and intentional about your mindset, you may actually die with the same level of thinking that you grew up with as a teenager, as a young boy, as a young girl. It is your responsibility to upgrade, update, and transform your life in a way that you think differently so you can live a different life. So it begins by changing your mindset. And so a research by New York University shows that every single day, you're talking about every day for 365 days a year, you have at least 62,000 thoughts, and 90% of those thoughts are redundant, meaning that the same thoughts as yesterday, as yesteryears, the same thoughts. Now, are you still wondering why you're still the same person you've been the last 5 years, and how it's possible to remain the same for the next 5 years, 10 years, and for the rest of your life? You can die with the same primitive mindset. It's because of the way humanity is created to take hold of our minds. Face the fire of your ego, of your mind. Submit it to your higher consciousness so you can live a life of power. Unless you do that, you remain the same person, tell the same stories, do the same relationships, get the same salary, and die just the same way you've always thought you would die, within your fears. So today, let's look at what are some of the reasons why you are remaining the same and why your goals are not being met. Number one, you are overestimating what you can do in 1 year. That's the first reason. Now, many people, because of the new year, resolutions fever, we overestimate what we can do in 1 year. And when the human mind is paralyzed, overwhelmed by all these thoughts, it doesn't take any action. And so one of the reasons why majority of people on the planet never crush their dreams, never achieve their goals, is that they have too many goals for themselves. And so you get into this new year fever and you're setting 1,000 goals that you can achieve in 1 year. Now, the truth is, Majority of the human population, we overestimate what we can do in 1 year, but we underestimate what we can do in 10 years, a decade. I mean, ask someone just around you, just next to you, ask them, what are you going to do in 1 year? They will tell you so many goals. Ask them, what will you do in 10 years? I don't know. They tell you they don't know, because a few people, in fact, 1% of the human population think strategically, think 10 years, meaning it's like 1 in every 10, people. The rest are just walking by, sleepwalking, and living by faith. Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. What a way to live. And so the first thing that you want to evaluate in looking at this year and living it differently is, please think 10 years. Don't think 1 year, because when you think 1 year, then you overestimate what you can do in 1 year. I mean, you say, oh, I'm going to buy that house, buy that piece of land, buy that, do that. With which money? By what? I know you have faith, but hello, faith has got what we call, it must be realistic. And so have clear goals that are aligned to your purpose. Have clear goals that are aligned to your purpose. Don't just have goals. Most of these goals are competition with people we don't even like. Most of these goals are ways of proving a point to people we hate. I mean, now you must be old enough, if you're listening to me, to begin to live life by your terms. And that is where you need a coach, someone to help you discover your mission in life, so that even the 10-year goals fit within your purpose. It's not a waste of time. They are fitting within your mission and purpose in life. Because for me, I'm not like, in fact, I don't cross the year in terms of just waiting fireworks. I've never done fireworks. For what? It's just a day like any other day, because I'm looking for the next 10 years. It's just a day within my 10-year goal period, my strategic vision for the next 10 years. There's nothing new. And then the fever even gets us to overspend, to overdo things, because we tell ourselves, oh my God, I've never had this. This is passing by to never come again. No, that is called shallow thinking. When you think 10 years, every year counts to this big goal, and you're not shaken by just a year passing by. Question is this year building to my 10-year goal? And so reduce the number of goals, make sure they are purpose driven. Have a conversation with someone who cares, a professional, a coach, a mentor, someone that can help you with real-time life coaching tools that can deliver you results. And talking about results, let me tell you, all of us, we were born with unlimited potential. Human beings are born with unlimited potential. When I was growing up, I used to think that other people have it better than I do. I used to think that there are people that have more potential and God favored them than he did me. And how, I was so wrong, because the moment I began to take action, the moment I began to take consistent action, I began to see results, and people in my circle, some of them began to think that I am favored by God. It's not favor, it's called action. All of us are given unlimited potential, but unless we take action on our potential, we remain the same. We don't get results. I mean, there's what we call the success cycle. The success cycle takes 4 steps. The first one is the realization that you have unlimited potential, that your potential cannot be exhausted in 1 year, in 10 years, even a decade. It cannot be exhausted. You will die without even living 10% of your potential. If you leave just 10% of your potential, you'll change this globe. You change this world. Our potential is unlimited. It's God-sized potential. You will awaken to the level of Christ consciousness, where you become so unstoppable. And that is the reason we were created. That's why we came here, to live our life to the full potential. But then in the success cycle, the second step is called action. If you don't take action, your potential remains the same. You die pretty. You die pretty. You tiptoe to your graveyard. Yes, you not have scars, but you'll be dead without making a mark on this planet. Some of us are tiptoeing to our graveyard because we don't want to take action. Without action, your faith is dead. Without action, your faith means nothing, and it's not going to give you anything. So action unleashes potential. The third step in the success cycle is what we call the results. So now you begin to see results. Success cycle gives you results. Action gives you results. Results goes to the fourth stage, which is, can you guess it? You begin to get what? Confidence. Confidence comes because you've seen results. If you don't see results, of course, you'll not be confident in yourself. And I begin to blame God, think things are not working for you, life is against you. Let me tell you, life is not against you. You need to take maximum, massive results on your potential. And if you're the kind of people that think that you have less potential than anyone on the planet, you are lying to yourself. It's time to begin to take massive action on that specific goal you've set for this year. You've narrowed the goal down. Very good. Now it's time, when you have clarity on what this goal means to you, now it's time for massive action. You need action, not the right, perfect action. No. Massive action brings the perfect result. There's no perfect action. If you wait for perfect action, then you get paralyzed. Analysis paralysis. You analyze your goal until we are in June, August. You're still analyzing your goal. Someone else took one, they failed 10 times, they succeeded the 11th one. They are ahead of you, far ahead of you. Because of analysis paralysis. People that are perfectionists, they never go far because we are analyzing too much. So it's time to just, get a quiet corner somewhere. Get clarity on your goal. Goals that make sense to you. And, single out that one goal. If you achieve that one goal, you will achieve all the rest of the goals. There's one goal that touches all the others. That is the goal that brings you closer to your 10-year vision for your life. Are we still together? Very good. Now, the second reason why you are not achieving your goal is that you are allowing fear to dominate your life. When you allow fear to take over your destiny, because fear is an enemy of destiny. Now, even after being clear on what it is that you want, fear can actually take your dreams away. Fear is what stops people on their tracks to their destiny. Fear can stand for false expectations appearing real. It's not real. It's not real. Go for it. If you make a decision that you're going to save a certain amount of money, do not be afraid that you will die for lack of food. You will die because of your dream. You will never die. Instead, you'll be proud of yourself that you actually kept your word to yourself. You will grow that self-confidence that you kept your word to yourself. Fear is false expectations appearing real. But also fear can stand for face everything and rise. Face everything and rise. When you position yourself and you're clear on the goal and you know this is a God-given goal, this is in alignment with your purpose in life and is in alignment with the season, this season of your life, do not be afraid. Go for it. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be easy. You're going to go past the sons of Anak. the giants that possess the land that is rightly yours. You are gone. There's no land that will be given to you freely. You'll have to fight the giants and repossess the land. It's not gonna be easy, but every challenge, every difficulty will build your muscle for you to become a better person, so you can face even, bigger goals by the end of the year. Every goal you have is because it's coming to build you up. It's coming to position you for better, for higher, because you were created for more. Do you believe that? Say yes. Do you believe that? Say yes. Yes, I believe it. You see, you have to come to a point of believing in yourself. It's one thing to believe in God, but you know what? God has done everything you need. He has given you everything. The resources are there. It's not a lack of resources. Why people fail is a lack of resourcefulness. God has given you everything you need, but then you must take massive action on your dream and face the fear. Face the fear. Go knock the door. Ask her out. Ask him out. Tell him you love him. Go out and tell your boss you need the promotion. Face your fears. This is the time to face your fears. Ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? If I actually go out, play all out, what is the worst that can happen? Let's play. Let the dust rise. Let the dust rise. Let us rise the dust of performance. Do the best you can. Take massive action, no matter what. For you to do that, you have to go past the stories of, I'm not good enough, people don't like me. Who cares whether they like you or not? I mean, they say that on the top, it's a lonely life. Hey, but you eat better. You eat better. At the top, you could be, I better be lonely, but I eat better. So it's okay. It's okay. Keep going. The higher you go, the more you're going to attract haters, people that just hate you for being great, that hate you for being yourself. They hate you because they see whatever they desire you're living out. Don't look back. You're not going that way. Keep moving. Face your fears. One of the fears could be letting go of negative people, which is the other reason why you're not achieving your goals. Some of us, we are so nice. We are nice and needy. We are nice and needy. We are nice to people that poison us and put a knife on our chest, and we are still there. Nice and needy. That is the reason you never achieve your goals. There are people, you have to pray for them from a distance. There are people you need to just greet them the one for hi, bye. Yes, brother. You're not being a bad person. It's called self-love. There are people, as long as they are around you, you'll never prosper. And it's you to move. It's not them to move. It's you to move up. It's not for you to chase them away. It's not for you to push them down. You don't have that energy. You don't have that time. It's for you to move up. There's always space upstairs. Move up. You find there are legends. There are people that are waiting for you, mentors and coaches waiting for you to help you. When I meet my clients for the first time, the testimony I hear is, my God, what have I been doing with my life? Because they never knew the power of coaching. They never knew that with just a small investment, you can turn your life around. They never knew this. And so you live in a limited environment for lack of awareness. My people perish for lack of knowledge. So you need to know who is for you and who is against you, and let people go. Let people go. In fact, you've been holding on to people that are going, people that are on their way. You're holding on to their feet. Let them go. Let them go. Okay? So that is the other thing. You need to let go of negative people. You also need to move away from negative environments. Move away from negativity. Negative environment can drown you. Apart from fear and setting too many goals, negative environment is another reason why so many people never achieve their goals. How do you expect to thrive when you're surrounded by weeds around you? You are choked by weeds. You are in a rocky place. Your roots will never go down. You will never be rooted because you are surrounded by negativity. Sometimes you need to love people from a distance. Don't let people take away your destiny. Don't let people, let them go. Release people that are not serving you and replace them with relationships that are serving you. Make sure there's a coach in that relationship, a mentor, a teacher, someone that is ahead of you, someone that inspires you. If you're the hero in your team, guess what? You're in the wrong team. You are in the wrong team. If you're the only one they come to, everyone in your circle comes to you, you are in the wrong team. You got the wrong team. Well, the other reason why you are not achieving your goals is perhaps you're setting unrealistic goals. They are unrealistic. Goals must be realistic. And one of the reasons I pointed out, the first reason that when you set too many goals, then you're being unrealistic. But also you can have few goals that are unrealistic. If your goal is to become the president of Kenya and you are not Raila Odinga or Ruto, your goals are unrealistic. If you want by 2022, your goal is to become the head of state for the Republic of Kenya, and you are not William Samoei Ruto or Raila Amolo Odinga, you are, of course, unrealistic. Those two are realistic, to set such a goal. But for you, my friend, it's unrealistic. Relax. What else can we think of? Something else? Maybe an MCA, your area chief, or you can strategize for the next 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years. That is more realistic. So goals must be realistic. Now, because I come from the church, I know that many people in the church, they set unrealistic goals based on the idea of faith. I just say, okay, it's by faith. It's by faith. I'm going to be the president of this country. It's by faith. Hallelujah. 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 By faith. Thank you very much. I am a son of faith. Faith is, my daily bread. But I tell you, faith is not blind. Faith is not silly and stupid and blind. Faith is realistic. Faith is realistic. You cannot just, even the woman with the issue of blood, she had faith. She has been sick for 12 or 11 years. She had to get out of her house, go through the crowd, and get hold of the garment of Jesus and believe that she will be healed. That is faith. And it's realistic faith, because the unrealistic one is to just, she would have slept on her bed, continue to bleed. That's the way she has always, bled for all those years, and expect Jesus can touch me from wherever. No, that's blind faith. It's stupid faith. Real faith has action. Faith without action is dead. Is dead faith. Forget about it, And so when you set all those unrealistic goals and say, oh, in Jesus' name, I'm getting it. Hallelujah. I tell you, hallelujah, brother. Hallelujah, sister. But I would like to know, what's your strategy? What is your strategy that you want God to bless? You see, God does not just bless a vacuum. God blesses a strategy. Can I repeat that? God blesses a strategy. There's a reason God asked Moses, what do you have in your hand? What do you have in your hand? Strategy. Hello. So if Moses had nothing, there is nothing for God to use. The guy would have been nobody. What do you have in your hand? What is the strategy that you're bringing to God to bless? Acha maneno hapa kusema, by faith I'm taking hold. By faith I'm becoming the king of Africa. By faith I have 1,000 clients. By faith. What are you doing? What is the strategy? What is the plan? God blesses a strategy. And God is asking, what do you have in your hands so I can bless it? What is it that you have in your hands? So forget about these unrealistic goals. Set realistic goals. Now, for you to set realistic goals, you have to be inspired. Inspired means in spirit, not emotional, in spirit. In spirit is different from emotional. People get lost in emotions. That's why people eat emotionally, emotional goal setting, emotional everything. Don't be emotional. God has never called you to be emotional. God called you to be spiritual, to bear the fruit of the Spirit, which is love, peace, and joy. That is not emotion. Those are fruit. Love it's a fruit. It's not an emotion. Oh, love. No, it's not. It's not. For those of you that are fallen in love, you know that love is not an emotion. It's a fruit. It's labor. It's labor, my friend. To be in love is to labor. As we call emotions, are infatuations of the ego. They're egoistic infatuation, the primitive self at work, and it never bears fruit for any good work in your life. It will never bear any reasonable fruit for your destiny. Love is about action. You act loving. You act good. You don't wait to feel good. Oh, I feel good. Let me do good. No, you act good because the fruit is there. It's an action. It's not a feeling. So this year graduate from those primitive feelings. Oh, I'm waiting to feel. I'm waiting to feel. Forget about that's why you're stuck. You're stuck in the mud, smuggy place of feelings. With feelings is a foggy place. You'll never be clear. When you step into clarity of purpose, bear the fruit of love, peace, and joy, and goodness, and kindness, all life begins to make sense for you. Now, out of that, you can feel, but not the other way around. You don't want to feel good so you can be good. You act good. Are we still together? Another reason why you may not have been maybe achieving your goals is that you're trying to impress people. You're living your life for other people. You are trying to prove a point. That's why you got that career. That's why you got your PhD. And you're wondering why people are not impressed. And so you're not really cutting out the real goal, which is fulfillment, which is being happy and fulfilled. And so if you're trying to impress people and you're not achieving that goal, people are not impressed. People are living their own life. We've gone through 2021, this has been tough year. Do you think people care about you? People don't give a damn about your existence. It's you, my friend. It's all about you. You are alone in this life. It's you. If you don't love yourself and live this life for yourself, you'll be so shocked. People have enough problems to even think about your existence. And so if you're that kind of a person that sits down to think, a plan on how to impress people, that's why you will never achieve the real fulfillment in life if you're trying to impress people. Oh my God. And then you reach at the top of the radar, you think you've impressed them, and you realize they didn't even know you exist. They don't even care about you and your goals. And so it's a lousy level of living. Live life by your terms. Live goals that make sense to you. If it makes sense to you to leave that job, please leave it. If you're in that career for your mother, you're wasting your time. If it makes sense to leave that relationship, please run for your life. If you're there to please your community, you're wasting your life. Life is too short to be lived by anyone, for anyone. Life is to be lived by your own terms. And that is when you know you're actually living. But if you're living to impress people, you're living to make, people happy, and you're not a comedian, you're not, even comedians, that's their job. They're doing a job, okay? They're not impressing people just to make them happy. We live in a generation of, trying to impress people, living to make a point, living to prove that you're good enough. Proving you're good enough only means that you're not good enough. Are we together? Very good. Very good. Now, another reason why people don't achieve the goals they set is the fact that they have not given themselves strong enough reasons why that goal is an absolute must. You see, there's a difference between a resolution and a wish. I wish to lose weight. But when it's a resolution, you resolve, it means it's a total must. It's not a should, it's a must. It's a must. I must lose this weight. I must gain this weight. I must transit. It's a must. There's a difference. Human beings always get their musts, but they rarely get their shoulds. Anything that you say is a should, most of the time you not get it, but you always get a must. Have you wondered how a poor family is told that their family member is sick? A poor family that was sleeping hungry is told 3 p.m. in the afternoon their family member is in a critical position. They need to raise 3 million by 6 p.m. and if they don't, he will be dead. What happens? Do they get the 3 million? Hey, yes, they do. They will get it because it's a must. Anything any human being makes a must, they get. God tried. Look at your life. Anything you've ever made a must in your life, you got it. You have it right now. But you see, our mind is not created to go for the musts. Most of the people that go for musts are people maybe that have gotten a coach or someone to really get them past their story, because most of the time we are limited by our limiting story that imprison us in our shoulds, in our should environment. I should do this. I should leave this job. I should. And for 10 years, you've been in that state of shooting. You've been shooting all over yourself, and there is no movement. This is one of the reasons you've not achieved your goal. It's because there's no strong enough reason. What makes it an absolute must is not just to say, oh, it's a must. It's a must. And then you become macho and you look like you're going to eat up everyone. No. Hey, it's not by power, it's not by might, or it's not. It's by reason, it's by purpose. What are the reasons why it is a must? Why must you earn $1 million? Why must you get your promotion? Why must you be healed? Why must you be healthy, fit, and energized? Why is it an absolute must? Write 10 reasons. And if it's not strong enough, write more. Go to 100 reasons. Think about where you come from. Write about your mother, people you care about. Make it a reason why this is an absolute must. I remember Les Brown telling a story of how when he was broke, young and broke, and they've been sent to sell TV sets to families. Young people, because these are young people, perhaps from high school, they go and knock a door for someone, and someone will say, "Who is that?" bothering me, 7 p.m. I want to sleep. Who is that? Get out of my door. And the rest of the boys would run with their TV sets. For him, he would stand there and say, it's me, Les. My mother is sick. She is hospitalized. I must sell this TV set to someone, and it might as well be you. And I said, I don't need one. I have a TV set. You need to check it, mister. You need to check it. He insisted and persisted. The reason he did not run away like the other boys is the reason that his mother is in hospital. He can't go back. That's a strong enough reason. What is your why? Some of us, our why is just our stomach. Oh, I've not eaten. Get $10. Get out of here. I'll buy you lunch. Get out of. You need a strong enough reason. A reason that roots your feet on your purpose, on your goal. A strong reason. A reason that gets all your ancestors to listen. Everyone around you to bow and say, yes, have your way. Have your way. And all of us have those reasons. But some of us, we are stuck in our head, so we don't get them. You need to move to your heart. Connect with the reason. What is the strongest why? What is the strongest reason why you must get your dream? Why you must get your goal? Why you must be, that coach that helps people transform their lives? Why you must join the coaching class no matter what? Why you must make that destiny call? Why? What is the reason why you've been postponing for too long? Maybe you must advance to the next level. We now have 2 courses. You become a coach, but also you become a facilitator of groups, a group coach. Maybe you need to make that call, the call that you have reasons why you should not. Do you bow to your reasons why you should not? Or do you get reasons why is an absolute must? Why this is a must for me? Why this is a must for me? It's not about the money, my friend. It's about results. It's about results. And I'm going for it. No matter what it costs, give me that. I want that. I want that. I can't go back again to the same place, the same pit I've always been year after year. I'm not going back there. No, I ain't going back there. You tell yourself that the reason is I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough of thinking myself small. I've had enough. I've had enough of looking at myself down. I've had enough. Enough of this story I got from my mother. Enough of this story. Enough. I've had enough. I'm not going back there. This is the reason. This is the reason Jeff hooked me up with a coach. And by the way, I've left. There's a free consultation session you can get there for people that are action takers only. If you're an action taker, get your assessment session for this year. There's a free assessment session. I'm leaving a link down there. Fill it up. Otherwise, you remain the same. Let me tell you, human beings, we are creatures of habits. And our minds are created to always go back to what is familiar. So do you think what is familiar for you is taking massive action? That's not yet familiar unless you have a coach. What is familiar to you is doing something for a few days or a few weeks in January and going back to the same old story. That's what's familiar. What's familiar to you is being, paying for the gym and being so active for a few days and going back to the same story. Your brain will always take you back to what is familiar. The purpose of coaching is to make the unfamiliar familiar, is to make performance, action taking familiar to you. So you get in that momentum. And for me, I take my clients through 12 steps of rooting the new activity, the new belief into your mind so that it's natural for you. Just the way it's natural for you to think that you are limited, to think that, life is happening for you. Now you begin to change that so that it's natural for you to believe that this life is working for you, is supporting you. So another reason why you're not actually getting your goals is that you are not taking massive action. See, I better take wrong actions and fall down, because I know every time I fall down, it's a feedback that it doesn't work that way. It doesn't mean that falling is no failure. Tripping and falling is not failure. There's nothing wrong with that. It's part of success. Les Brown say that, when you fall down, make sure you look up, because if you look up, you can get up. Never fall down looking down at yourself, looking for worship. Oh, it's because I don't have this, I don't have that. No. Look at it as a feedback. This is just feedback. Failure is feedback. Take another action. If it doesn't work, take another one. If it doesn't work, change the strategy. Keep changing until you get the answer. Keep changing until you get the result you're looking for. Are we together? And so just to summarize this, what are we going to do this new year? What is it that we can do differently? Number one, pinpoint your highest intentions for this year, your ambitions for this year. For the next 10 years, not just for this year, and then break it down to this year. Pinpoint what are the next 10 years greatest ambitions, what you want to do in the next decade. So if you are 30, I want you to visualize yourself as being 40. What is it that you want to achieve by then, the next decade? Write it down and then narrow down to what you must be doing this year. If by 40, right now, let's say you're 35, and by 40, you want to have your own company, maybe helping people like I do. Maybe this year you need to train and become a coach or become a speaker and get certified. As the first step, it builds you to the 10 years. It's strategic vision, it's strategic planning. Okay, but when you think of 1 year, you just think of your stomach, or you think of pleasing people, you think of making other people happy or sad. You live a limited, primitive life. Number one objective, think broadly, focus on that. Refine your desired goal. Refine it so that it's clear how it's fitting to the bigger dream. And then number three, identify the actions. What are the actions that I can take daily, every week? What are the core actions? Is it to do with money? Is it to do with saving? Is it to do with management, leadership? What are the actions that you must take for you actually to become the person you want to be in the next 10 years? Jim Rohn said that it's not about it's not about the goal so much as it is about who you become. And that's why, the next point is about, revise the goal. Often, revise the goal and realize and ask yourself, is it still meeting the bigger goal, the broader goal? If it's not, find another strategy to meet the bigger goal. It's all about the bigger goal, the 10-year goal. And you can modify and refine it over and over again. Evaluate your progress. Every week, have a day. And that's why I advise people to get a coach. Every week, have a day with a coach where you can evaluate your progress. Otherwise, you may be having speed, but you're running very fast towards the east and your goal was the west. So you need someone to bounce your ideas, someone you can bounce your ideas on, refine, redefine your progress so you can see whether you're on the right track. I always invest in coaching. Personally, I have a coach because I know that the easiest way to fail is to trust your own self and think that you're right. But when you can have someone you trust that can actually reevaluate and ask you these deep questions, someone that can be so clear-minded, a professional, then you're on the right track. Keep on revisiting your goals over and over again. Thou shalt not fear. This is your time. It's always your time. It's always your time. If you make it your time, it's your time. Do not be afraid of anything. Go for it. I wish you all the best. I wish you the very best, and I'm looking forward to connect with you on the link below. God bless you. Happy, happy, happy New Year. All the best. All the best. You are made for more. Go for it.